what we're going to try to do is fix this one little problem as I try to be better storm prepared. We find little things that we forget because we don't have that many outages, that many storms, or anything like that going on. So we forget about it, out of sight, out of mind. What we got going on here is I've taken this off. This right now is a 3 Keystone job. And what I want to do, one of them is the fiber optics coming from the wall back out to the gray box up there, the router, or router if you're from the eastern part. All right, telephone coming out of it back down to the residential side on the telephone, this residential punch down. We got video on this side, cable on this side, and to get weather news, anything that's not streamed, I have to get it off of this little antenna and this little antenna booster. Problem is, it's being fed out of this box. And when I lose power, without a backup generator, I lose power, communications, everything. So I do have a little power supply up here, UPS, so that my network doesn't trip out on me and I get that going. That's fine, but if it's not streaming, if I get my weather streaming, which I could probably do that, that'd be fine. But if I want local, I want antenna, I got to move this box out of here so I can put it up somewhere. But I've got to feed back in my 2 feeds off that amplifier to here and to another location, for downstairs, the big TV downstairs. So this has got 3. I might try a 6. 6 might be a little bit too busy for them because it's the width that I have the problem with, not the length, because we've got 3 in there now. So these may or may not work. We're going to find out right now. That's the one I don't want to mess up, is the fiber optic, because I can't put one of these in. I don't have the tools for it. Well, we got them loose. Now what we'll just do is we'll try one of those little inserts to see if the decorator insert can do 2 by 2, side by side. I think I can make this work, but we'll have to do it a little differently. To use a 6, I won't be able to use other than this fiber optic because I don't have the tool. But what I can do is use it in one position, put a blank in the other, and then do the 2 telephones and the 2 cables here, the 2 F-type connectors for right here. That should work, but I'll have to make up new ends on this side. So we do what we got to do, right? I think it's going to work. And before I run these, I need to look to see if he's wired them. The telephone company wired these to see if they did them as A or B, 568 A or B. And it looks like, being a telephone company, I would expect them to have done A, but we don't know, do we? Yeah, they're done as A. So we'll just make up 2 new ones and get them snapped on. I'll save you the pain of having to watch me do it. All right, we got first one put on. We need a wire tie around the end, support it, put our cap on, and then we do the other one just like that. We got our little rotor control, and it's just a little DC thing. It's got an antenna in. One of these is one of the 2 TVs out, and then this is for the remote TV, which I'll take it. And it'll go to, both of these will go to the connectors here in this Keystone, and we'll be able to put this up there. Just got to make our wires work. Well, I got this from the bag of cables that every grandpa type have. Just going to make us a new end short piece right here. Now, if you've not seen one of these things work, what we do is we got to trim it back to a certain size and dimensions. You can find that on the package of the connector. And then what we'll do is we push, we get it trimmed properly. get pushed into the right depths. We got our center conductor coming out. Then what'd you do with it, boy? What'd you put here, then? We take our little connector, a little tool. This one's from Ideal, by the way. Slide it in there like that. I don't know how much the camera is going to pick up. Get her on down. Push her. Should be it. Should be what we need. Then I'll just go ahead and connect this. I don't know if you want to see that, but yeah, and I might use, I brought some of these up here from the box that we talked about down there. I have some of these little right angle jobs to get it back this way a little bit. I may use that so I don't have to put them at an angle, but I may not. I don't know. We'll have to see how it fits when I go to button it up. All right, the way I do these is I put some color coding shrink tubing over when I did this so I could keep up with it. Of course, the other end's right here. It's just the antenna feed from outside, or actually in the attic. And what I got to do is feed this back up this way to the gutter space. All right, got that. Where's my other connector? There it is. All right, now we snap her together. There we go, we got them all in. Now we just poke our fiber gently back up in here so we don't break. Remember that? Why didn't you say something? You just watch me. Did you at least yell at the computer or something? You just watch me. I had only 2 of those in there, which are the 2 going down. I'm thinking in my mind, I got 2 little connectors, 2 little connectors right at this point and a wire. But the wire is one of the 2 antennas. So we got an antenna coming out. That was the blue one that I will show you. I can mark them blue. And I got one end of the blue going back down to the center of this block for the distribution throughout the house. And the other one goes straight to that big TV downstairs. And of course the other one has to be the antenna coming up this guy. Now that gets our power. That's still hot. But I won't use it because it's not going to be on backup. Here's my
If you like this content, please go to calldeltosell.com, find the tab that says on YouTube, click it, and it'll open up a page of QR codes. There you can use a smartphone to scan and get to the YouTube page, or you can just mouse over and click it on a PC. There you'll be able to subscribe to this little button over here and click the notification bell so that YouTube will notify you. Thank you.
Power, that's still hot, but I won't use it because it's not going to be on backup. Here's my UPS. I can put the transformer that runs this off of that. And that way, if something snaps, power goes out, I still have my amplifier, this guy, and the little rotor control. It's still connected. It's still got power. So we're good to go. We have a thing right there. Let me check, see if we got a telephone here. Put that down. Can you hear that? That's what this other one was for. I used to have the desk turned this way because I have to get access to the electrical panel, because you can't put something in front of a panel. You have to have at least the width of the equipment or the space, and 30 foot this way, depending, and you can't put a table like I've got right there at the moment. But I knew I was going to be working in here. So this used to be a telephone which would just go down to the edge of the desk. So before this last storm, I ran another wire across the top over to a corded telephone. had an old corded telephone, but didn't have caller ID. So I went in and put that there, so if power goes out, I've got a telephone I can pick up that doesn't need to have either access to one of the towers away, or it doesn't have to have power to run the base station side of it, you know. So I should have telephone worked out now, should have the antenna worked out now, I've got the network above us going. Things are looking just lovely. You know, you didn't say nothing at all about it. Here, I've got two TV outputs. One's going to the manifold, one's going down straight to the other end of the TV. But I also have to have the antenna coming back. So we needed two of the connectors plus the one for the little thin black wire that goes right down there to it. And you didn't say nothing, did you? You didn't let me do that. I may cut that out, save some time, depending on runtime. And here we do. One of them, I had to use phase tape because I also forgot to put my shrink tube on it. But we got our one for our antenna that will go from here. And I will label it with my little label maker because, you know, you got one, why not? So we'll take that up there and put it up to the box and we're done. That's it. We're done. You really should have said so. Oh, and do the like, comment, subscribe bit and all that kind of stuff on social media. If this kind of humiliating kind of little project is interesting to you. But like I say, just showed you odds and ends, the tools, little boxes, whatever we got. See ya.